Hey guys, Mr. Page here. Today I'm going to try out a new spicy little deck. Yesterday, while I was grinding up the ladder, I lost to somebody who was using Rhythm of the Wild in a Gates build. I've played a lot of Gates decks, but I've never tried this card yet. It caught my attention because he just crushed me with Hasty Colossus. So I figure I'll give that a shot, see if it might work out. It seems pretty ridiculous because you just have like these three huge creatures. And the Gates deck, with the power of Guild Summit and Graces, can draw 6-7 cards a turn. And often you just drop 0 mana Colossuses with that. But the control decks have a chance to kill them. You can regrow them and drop them again, and you get in this cycle where the Esper players drawing buttloads of cards with Teferis and whatnot, and they can keep up with you, and you end up getting ground out anyways. Rhythm of the Wild should change that. Not only does it make our guys uncounterable, but it lets them get haste and smash right away. And I think sticking one of these against Esper should just crush them. And while they do have Mortifies, we're already taxing their enchantment kill with Guild Summit. They have to Mortify Guild Summit as well. So I have a feeling that this is going to be way better against control. To get them in, I adjusted my last list, which had extra Clarion, and it had 2 Knight of Autumn. I have to be more specific than that. So cutting Knight of Autumn, I think is definitely, it's going to hurt us against Mono Red and that kind of deck. But we'll see. It's worth a shot. Should be fun. I don't know if it'll be great, but it's worth experimenting with. I think I'm going to avoid the ladder. I don't want to tank my rating like I did in the past with testing, so I'm going to head into a constructed event instead. We're going to stay best of 1. I'm focusing most of my attention on best of 1. So I'll stick there. I'm just learning that metagame a little better. It's quite possible I'll have to switch to best of 3 if I actually want to make top 8. Best of 3 goes slower, but I think it's more likely to get the win streak I'll need to get top 8. I figure that you're going to have to win like 20 games in a row to get top 8, and as unlikely as that is, I think it's probably more likely with sideboarded games. Best of 3. There's just too many polarized matchups in best of 1. So this is certainly a keeper. The turn 2 growth spirals hopefully lets us keep up with a mono red opponent here. Having to shock herself sucks, but I think it's worth it to speed us up a turn. Interesting debate here if we want to do the 4/4 Ram this coming turn, or do we want to wait till he's bigger? 5/5 dies to pretty much the same suite of burn. You have to get up to 6/6 to make shocks not count. Now that we drew another threat, I think we're safe to just commit this guy. If he eats a bunch of burn, that might be what we need to actually stay in this game. We did draw another gate, so he is a 5/5. So we'll block, and now he needs a 3 mana burn instead of just a shot. I'm pretty sure this game's going long enough that those 3 cards are going to do more than 4 damage. So we're high enough life that we shouldn't instantly die here. We're going to have to start playing these plazas. Certainly block. We're way too low. The Ram likely dies, but better him than us. We probably just want to get the big blocker out. Yep. We don't have time to dirtle around with these just yet. Next turn we'll probably drop Plaza and Guild Summit and draw 3. I saw a Reddit thread where a player was asking if Plaza was necessary. We're going to go to 8. He didn't want to waste his rare wild cards, but I think if you're playing Gates, you just need them. Like they're so key in this matchup to gain that 3 life. I'd love to draw a Krasis. Getting a little more life gain in card draw immediately off that would be great. No such luck. We're going to take this 3 life for sure. And then, yeah, we'll do that, the draw 3 plan. Note it's tapping horrible mana. You can't use the auto tapper. It really does not want to tap your Plazas. Definitely no attack. The Rhythm gives us potential to just kill him out of nowhere. We use the Summit and these to draw a buttload of cards. We might be able to get multiple cheap threats in to get up over 20 damage. So I think I'll start with the Root, because if we hit another Plaza, we want to play it. Tapping our only blue. Really wants to tap that Breeding Pool. So we don't have blue mana from Gates yet. We certainly want that. We've only got 1 white from Gates. We got tons of green. 2 red. So let's go blue red and blue white. Not an important decision. You end up with just tons of color mana. But... another Colossus. And a Krasis. That'll let us get this Colossus down. And now we can smash with the first one. Technically should have attacked first, but I don't think he's going to chump block either way. It probably would have been right for him to chump block there. Because now he dies to a removal spell. He might not be able to chump block next turn. If we draw a Clarion or a Gates Ablaze... well, okay, if we draw a Clarion, he's just fucked, but... if we draw a Gates Ablaze, it could make the difference. So we'll gain that 3. I think we were actually winning that turn too. It's 3 for a Rhythm, 2 for the base. We were going to get a 5/5. So yeah, I think we had the win there, even if he didn't scoop. Wow, we're going to ram this one down his throat. We're missing red mana, we're missing 3rd mana, but we do get the cycle of Growth Spile with this hand. This build I'm running 2 forests, so you always want to lead the blue Guild Gate, which is the best chance to top deck. There's our red mana. So we're going to be a turn slow with the Rams, but that should be fine. He's off to a good start. No Wild Growth Walker, though. Okay, so we can do that to get a ram out right now. He'll be 4/4, which blanks the attack, so let's do that. It's really cool that Gates Blaze will never kill your rams. I'm gonna attack before playing the gate because I actually would like to tempt him to do this trade where we're heavy ram. Maybe there's no world where he makes the block and we just missed the damage, but I think we'll probably just take our 3-for-1 and blaze this away. If we don't blaze here, we risk him having a finality. Actually, finality doesn't matter. We're already over it. So maybe just mono ram. He probably does take the trade. Is the problem. Growth Spiral online by doing the untap plan. It's a 5-minute tap. Spiral to get our +1/+1. He's had enough. So what does this hand got going? Seems pretty good. We get Gates Ablaze, turn 3 if we want it, or Summit if we rather go that direction. Simic Gate, the best one to lead, in case we draw a Growth Spiral. That way the Harmony can let us cast it. Now do we want second green or second blue? Doesn't particularly matter. Now he could negate us, but I think it's... Well, if we summit here... We're getting underneath Absorb, but we're vulnerable to Mortify. Or if we play it slow and fire off these roots first, we'll have the Gate Summit, or the Guild Summit, to get some instant value. But I think because we could get Thought Erasured, well, he didn't Thought Erasure, he would have. If he had a Thought Erasure, he would cast it. Let's play it slow. And we're perfectly fine with these getting absorbed. Oh, he had a Syncopate up. So, good thing we didn't go for the aggressive Guild Summit.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Now, I think we'll respond to that with our Guild Summit. We'll get 2 cards immediately. He's running negates.
We need to move quickly.
So our deck doesn't have anything to deal with this. Other than our creatures. Let's see, if we root and it resolves, this guy will only cost 3, but we wouldn't have it. I can just play this guy, or I can play this guy. Let's just play this guy. It'll let us do a bigger Krasis the following turn. Got the exile for it.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
This game is slipping away. A lot of the Gates decks I've played in the past use mass manipulation, which would just be insane here. Yeah, we'll go X = 5. Draws us 2 cards, even if he counters it. he's just drawn too many cards. We're not going to be able to come back from this. I won't concede yet. I should probably concede now. Alright, I'm gonna say that you should almost certainly concede at this point. So I'm gonna rush the video ahead here. I'll chop it. I'll do some editing so you guys don't have to sit through a long, boring fairy game. But I'm gonna stick around hoping to hit. Our hand sucks. Give him that. I'm gonna stick around hoping to hit a guild summit that somehow resolves and then draws us a Rhythm of the Wild and a bunch of Colossus. So if you come back to this game, it's because a miracle happened. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next game. All right, as expected, that game fell apart. He actually had plenty of card draw in his hand to burn our lands off almost right away. It's a pretty good hand. Not perfect because we can't do the growth spiral right away. Again, you lead with the blue gate because we have forests. The gate mirror match. The Rhythm of the Wild should help us in this match, I think. He's got first ram. But I've got a Gate Colossus. And for now, the Gate Colossus is bigger. That won't always stay the same, but... we get an X equals 4 Krasis here. Draw 2 cards. Try to keep things flowing. So he's representing a Gates Ablaze, but he doesn't have red mana. And that's what we call a punt. It's worth noting that the competition level in these tournaments is way looser than at the top of the ladder. When you hit the numbered Mythic, like Mythic 1000 and up, the play seems to be way, way stronger than at the tournament level. I don't know how it does matchmaking at the tournaments. Maybe that's just because I haven't done a lot of tournaments yet, and it's got its own rating algorithm. This is good. We're missing white for Clarion to defend herself, but if it's a slower match, we got turn 3 Guild Gate, or Guild Summit. And we've got a Colossus ready to come down at some point. So it is red. We would like to find that white mana. Didn't really want a second Guild Summit. He's not likely to give us that kind of time. We might be able to win this game, though, by getting the Colossus out and then doing a Clarion to clean up. We're going to lose this game by just not drawing anything. Casting 2 summits that don't do anything is not going to win us this game. I do have an untapped white source. There's a... oh, perfect. Clean this 3 damage off the board. Well, yeah, I have a red-white shock land. We had the potential to top deck the Clarion mana, but Gates Ablaze, even better. Now what do we want to draw? I guess any gate. Preferably white gate, but that was not what we wanted to draw. I think this is better than a 1/1 Crisis. It means if we can somehow stabilize. I mean, he is mana screwed, so his flurry of burn is going to be a little bit slowed down. But... So if we can draw our white mana now, we didn't. Maybe we'll draw another Gates Ablaze. Okay, there's our white. Coming at us a turn slow. I'm not going to burn one of these just to chump block 3 damage. These are certainly one way we can actually get back into this game. We're down to 2. I don't think we're getting back into this game. No, we got white mana screwed. That's going to happen when you play Gates. I'm playing it out. I should have played the land first. It actually doesn't matter, though. There's nothing we can draw to get back into this. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead on board. Take our second loss for the event. Yeah, unsurprisingly. A mana screwed red deck is just full of burn, so. We might have been dead even if we did draw our colored mana. And certainly stumbling against red. They're not going to give you any time to recover. I think the fact that red decks are everywhere in best of 1 might mean that this build just isn't going to end up working. I think if you wanted to play it, you'd have to trim some of the fat. This is a rough keep. But it's got the color mana, so I'd rather try to top deck some interaction than mulligan again. And we're up against red again. This build doesn't have any angels, so we don't have the I Win card at 6 mana, but that Gross Pile was an amazing draw. Mana screwed red opponent again. Just gonna get my F6 value, as Magic Online players would call it. Whiffs on the to light up the stage. We'll just go Ram. Shut down his attacks. And that'll let us gain some life off of a Clarion, which will close the game out. And while we did lose horribly to the 2 mana red deck, I don't think we're going to lose to the 1 mana red deck. Just do the root while we have a chance, and then we should be able to bury this game. We have 2 white, 2 red, 2 blue, 1 green. So we'll go after a couple of green lanes here. Oh, he's playing some high-end cards. So we got 6 mana. Let's just do X equals 4 here. Try to hit some more land drops. We might just scoop to this actually. I guess he's a higher end build, so he's not going to scoop to simply getting stalled out. This turn though we can get double Colossus down. We've got 8 mana, so we'll start with a Spiral. We can still afford both Colossus. We might get a pretty big discount on them. Yeah, that's enough to get the scoop. Alright, while we're loading in here, let's check out our results a little bit. Not bad so far. We drew a Rhythm of the Wild, but we only have green color mana. I think we have to mulligan this hand. This hand needs to draw... Yeah, it's easy to see that hand stumbling too much. Mulligan to 2 Rams. It's nice. How greedy am I? I think we need color mana, like... We gotta ditch the Plaza. We already have 1 untapped land. There's our color mana. If I knew it was on top, I wouldn't have ditched the Plaza, but... So even if we don't find red, we can still put up Ram Wall. Ram Wall might be better too, because it's gonna draw some burn away from our face. Or it'll just win us the game. He's off to a pretty fast start. Oh, there's a Plaza anyways. Excellent. Plaza also really helps pull a color screw, because now if we draw a red Guildgate, it actually gives us red that turn. And if we draw a red Guildgate here, I think we're in super good shape. The block will be on the Pyromancer, for sure. You block this guy, we just get first strike down. But this block's only 1 less damage, and it'll actually be a trade. A 2-for-1 trade, rather than a 1-for-1 trade. Hide that spreadsheet for now. There's not... I haven't played enough with this deck to actually have relevant data to show us. So I think we need to just do another Ram. The Ram to block the Lava Runner. He'll then get hit by Wizard's Lightning, but if we can stall this out long enough, we can start gaining life with Krasis. And hopefully more Plazas. He won't be able to catch up with this draw step. We do need that red mana though to clean up these chain rollers. Going to 6. Absolutely need red right here. Gaining 1 off of this guy puts us to 7, and technically not dead, but dead to any burn spell. Have to draw a mountain. Did not draw a mountain. That would have been enough. We only had 1 gate. So that's the end of that. We lost to not getting red mana. So let's bring up the spreadsheet again. We'll do a quick recap here. So I put in that last loss. So we lost to red deck twice. We beat red deck twice. So it's a 50-50 match, but we also lost to Esper Control, which felt really bad. We crushed the other mid-range decks. So this version has potential, but I don't know. With so much red running around, I think you really do need more life gain main deck. We never got to see Rhythm of the Wild. Maybe I'll run it back. We'll try again. There's a Rhythm of the Wild. We're certainly keeping this. There's an untapped land. Playing against Merfolk. Just gonna get the ram down. I think we'll have time to get the Rhythm out later on. Throwing a blocker out's good. Oh, okay. Throwing a blocker out's not that good. Still a big attacker though. It frees up our next turn to if we draw another untapped land, we can root instead of rhythming. Guild Summit, we'll go with that. Sometimes Guild Summit makes you tap your lands, sometimes it doesn't. It's pretty annoying. Go get him, Ram. You do have to do all that before attacking, so you get the land in. Unlike normal, where you want to attack first. Oh, we might be in trouble if he draws a Merfolk Lord. Let's see what's on top of the deck. We definitely have some options here. We could get the Rhythm out now. Or we could get the Ram out. Either way, we're attacking with the Ram next turn. Actually, we could also root. Draw 2 more cards. And then the following turn we'll have 5, 6, 7. We'll have at least 7 mana, so then we can Rhythm and Ram. Let's do that. This makes the current Ram we already have bigger. I don't think it matters which lands we get at this point. So if he does draw a Lord and decide to Alpha Strike, this guy tramples. So that was an unproductive block. Yeah, keeping second Ram secret is actually pretty good too. So we'd love for him to tap out for a big Lord or whatever. Attack with everything. He probably still doesn't attack though. Obviously that guy attacks. So are we dead if we don't get the kill here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But we get to block these guys. That brings it back down to 8. He's 5 off. He'd have to play 3 Merfolk. Probably not dead. And he's got to do a ton of blocking here. Oh wow. Throw a Colossus into the mix too. I do like the Rhythm. It was worth running another tournament. Game 1 of the second tournament. We get to see the power of the Rhythm there. I mean, I guess we were likely going to dominate anyways, but speeding the clock up a turn definitely helps force the issue. So he just throws everything away. Didn't even have enough to live. Rhythm root 5 lands. Tempted to keep this. So if we do a go up against control and they do like a turn to us Kanta, we can sneak the rhythm down. Let's give it a shot. This is probably supposed to be a mulligan, but it'll let us actually test how good rhythm is. Well, up against red, it's probably not going to be great. Then again, speeding the clock up against red might be all we need. Well, okay, we need to draw non-mana things. This is what we need. No more Selesnya Guild Gates, please. Well, red deck that passes on turn 2 is also good. So he failed to hit his 3rd land, and he just doesn't have any creatures in this draw. I might as well get white out. Top deck's a crappy 1-drop. We top deck a Krasis. We're gonna hold off 1 turn. This gives us more life and more cards. And just having more mana out is good too. Let's go for a variety. We don't have an Azorius yet. We don't have a Gruul out yet. So now we get X equals 5 Krasis with haste. We make a 6/6 Krasis, but we don't get the extra card in life. That's tied to the X on the mana, not the size of the Krasis. Alright, what did he do here? He borked us and he drew some cards that are likely to fizzle away. We'll start with the Krasis. We might want to play a different land. I think I kind of want the blocker anyway, so I will just make him bigger. I think in this situation, saving us 2 life is much better than hitting him for 5. It also denies the spectacle, so we can get the light stage off early, or easily rather. Having to burn that just to get light up the stage is good for us. And a wasted experimental frenzy, also good for us. And now we just get to smash him for 1 billion. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Too many gates. Our Krasis would die. We can't blaze. But we can hasty ram. Plus secure this route. It doesn't matter. That's another gate. Thank you for 18. But I guess we could have had the game ended if we attacked. Well, I mean, this game is ended. So 2 paths to victory. 1 was a turn slower, but I think they were both pretty much 100% victory. Free card. Crappy card. So this hand growth spirals, but it might struggle to hit the next land. It does some powerful things, though. We get a draw step here, we get a draw off the growth spiral to try to hit that land. So far, no good. This time, our right opponent is actually doing the things they want to do. Okay, so far so good. I think we need to cycle this. We need to hit a land on this and start doing X equal 2 crisis, I think. Just to trade. Possible if he says go. That's kind of like saying go. Can we take a turn off to root? Assuming we can find a land. No white mana. Alright, we're fucked. I'm gonna do X equals 1. Spewing away value, but it'll either trade with this creature or gain us 3 life. But he has to hit it with this lightning strike. Okay, so maybe he's got a shock. Or he's got the perfect answer. We're dropping to 6. We need to top deck a white gate. Not another rhythm. That's the end of that chapter. So we are seeing like mono red. I just typed that one in here and look at this. It's just red decks. At least the early levels of this tournament queue is just people grinding with red decks to build their collection, I assume. This is a keeper for sure. What do you guys think? Is he going to drop a mountain? Hide these for now. No, a Dimir Guildgate. That is a strange Guildgate. Ooh, we top deck the forest. Just fire this off now in case he's got spell pierce and whatnot. Get a ram out while we can. Yeah, imagine if we had Rhythm of the Wild this game. We're gonna go for the threat rather than the root. And we're out of steam. But we've got an 8/8 out. We got 2 blue, we got 2 red, we got 3 green, 2 white. We can just get whatever we want. Might want to hold this route just to get a rebuy. I don't even know if I want to rebuy him though. That seems like a losing play. Ooh, Crisis is good though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or we could root first for 1 extra card. I think we'll just do X equals 6 now. This is likely to resolve the threat. Sure. I think because we got this guy, it's fine to draw another Colossus. Because now when he kills this, we can rebuild another threat. We're certainly not going to play it, though. We're not going to play into a Wrath. It's fine. I'm actually happy he wasted his negate on that. Got infinite mana now anyway. He's short on white, so we could have actually developed the Colossus. But it would have been a risky play.
I faced undead horrors. This is
Luckily he does cost 8. So she can't nuke him. We got him. Makes us 1-1 against Esper. Guild Summit is powerful. There's so much red running around. I think this hand... I can't really see us mulliganing it. Like, our deck is just so top-end heavy. Mulling to 6 isn't likely to get us a quicker hand. And he's not red. Some sort of slow white weenie deck. Played the wrong land there. I needed to get the white out in case I top deck a Clarion. Not a slow white deck, it's just a slow draw from a white deck. Alright, Ram and Colossus are probably going to be big enough to dominate that of Johnny's Pride Mate for a few turns at least. These guys have the potential to outpace us though. It's a painful hit. Don't have time to cast Rhythm. Need to get a 6/6 out for sure. Although we're quite likely going to be outclassed already. Should have played the 8/8. I went with the more mana efficient play thinking this guy was going to get cheaper, but now I have to trade my Ram. He only had... He might not have a life gain instant. I was expecting a creature to trigger this, but... pump spell and life. Go to 1. Yeah, this is what I mean about like soft decks. This is not a thing you actually see at the top of Mythic Ladder. But I guess that's a result of like there is a ton of mono red, so running life gain white is going to get you a lot of free wins against them. I don't even know what to call it. Kind of just a question mark. But... so we can cast Growth Spiral here, so I think we keep it. This is obviously bad. Double Rhythm. We don't have ideal color yet. But I have a hard time considering sending back Growth Spiral. Don't know what our opponent's up to over there. So this fixes our color problems. We're missing both white and red. We don't have white-red gates, but we'll go blue and red and green and white. Water Guard goes in kind of more of a mid-range white build. I've got the mana to do another route and then a Gate Colossus. That's particularly annoying. Shuts off all of our Colossuses. This is equally as annoying. At least they're not totally dead. They do make our giant things gianter things. I'm not going to waste a gate on just that, a Gates Ablaze. He'll give us more. Really need to find some card draw. What the hell, dude? Your Mortify was going to find a much better target than that. Now we'll fire off the Gates Ablaze for sure. Didn't count my gates, but I assume it's way more than enough. Decides not to pay 4 life to save his guy. It was actually only barely enough. Alright, we're in business now. So let's manually tap. We're gonna go deep and take all of the cards. We give up the ability to do anything this turn, but gaining even more cards is good. I will throw out this non-gate land. Guild Summit's the reason to play gate decks, by the way. This card is ridiculous. Like late game, like we just saw there, it draws you. Let's just draw X. But early game, it's a personal Howling Mine. And the fact that it does both just makes it an amazing card. So that's definitely happening. We'll open with that. And then a Ram's gonna happen, and we have 5 more mana still. So we'll do a Securities route, I think. haste, and we'll go counter. I guess I'll do summit actually. Sequence this a little wrong, but I don't want the third guild gate. I want to actually spend mana on things. Okay, Krasis. Put the rest of our mana into him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go haste, counter, smash. And we'll discard, 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 discard. There's 16 cards in our deck. We'll have to Clarion this turn, I think. Both to clean these up and to gain us a bunch of life. Do we need to blaze? No. Clarion should be fine. We'll gain 3 off of that. 1, 2, 3 for Clarion. 1, 2 for the base cost. 1, 4 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. X equals 11. Let's double check that from this direction. So X equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, leaving 3 mana. And I don't think we need to tap manually. It should leave the plazas. Yep. Haste, and then we get a counter. Then we Clarion. Both halves. And then we go gain 19 life. Attack for 19. Force the block. Bob's your uncle. The game is over. Blocks the wrong guy. He doesn't care. Click some cards to discard. So Rhythm definitely upped the power level of this deck. These hits came a lot quicker. Would we have won anyways, though? Probably. We could have crafted a win out of that without the Rhythms. Especially if the Rhythms had been relevant cards. The game wants me to put an Archway Angel in the deck. Archway Angel is like... It's super good against red, they just scoop. But you gotta get to 6 mana. And it's pretty weak against the control decks. Clarion does a good substitution for it. I think this is a keeper. It needs another land to be able to do the Blaze, but Blaze is so important to actually beating red decks. We found the first of our top deck needed lands. So I wouldn't mind an untapped land, but I don't think... It's not worth shocking ourselves, certainly. And there's value in waiting to let him play more creatures. He's not going to play more creatures for us. But... Okay, that was just 2 spells to get him haste. So we get to clean this up, but we are certainly in trouble. If we can hold on for a Clarion Colossus hit, it'll be good. We might not get enough time, though. I think this turn is going to have to be Krasis. Yep, this turn is definitely Krasis. Is it? So we Krasis X equals 2, it trades with his dude, but we still die to any burn. It saves us from only Chain Whirler or Fanatic. Fanatical Firebrand. Where if we Colossus, we're setting up the Clarion to actually win. So I'm going to go for Colossus. Hope he draws a land. Hope he draws 3 land. Oh, so close. Here's our death again. It's a fun deck, but I think the weakness to red is going to keep getting worse. I don't think this is viable as long as there's red decks running around. There might be a version that works, but you'd have to go much heavier on life gain. So, conclusion. Let's throw the spreadsheet up. My conclusion here is that this deck's powerful, it's fun, it might be a better version of Gates than the other versions of Gates I was running, but I don't think Gates is where you can be in the best of 1. There's just too much red. Now you could squeak in more Clarions and put the Knight of Autumns back in and possibly fix the matchup, but then you're getting worse against control again, and I don't know if it's worth it. So, Rhythm, I enjoyed it. Good exploring it, but I don't think it's going to get any more attention from us. My name's Mr. Page. I hope you enjoyed this strategy page on the Rhythm of the Ram deck. See you guys next time.